senses life force at all. Just a foe. It's just another foe.
She's gone for now,
Alright, you know what? That's it. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of playing around with these melee weapons. It's time to get down and dirty. We are going to cheese the hell out of this game like we're the Skaven from Warhammer. That is to say that the main idea is to stand way in the back and to shoot the enemy on approach. Thank you, Hermes, for backing up the game plan. Alright, Apollo, put the damage upgrade in the bag. No, shut up. We have work to do, and you are in my way. I need damage.
Hold still in their shades. The hunt is on. One less pylon. Can't do it. You got him.
Now, it may not look like I'm doing a lot of damage, but if you pay attention there, she literally didn't do anything that whole event. I killed everything. I may be out of mana, but she had to KS to contribute literally anything. It's actually kind of sad that 5% crit chance might actually contribute more to this run than anything that she just did during that event.
Be free. That was good. Apollo, in the name of Hades.
Just a dash. Marrow? Theodore, you shall develop.
And this is where the build comes together. Lady Medea, after each encounter, gain +5 maximum magic. Every single room, every single boat ride,
Protect us.
every time, +5 magic. Right now, that is 1.5 shots for the empowered version of my attack with this weapon. If I can get another upgrade or something else, maybe I can stretch it even more.
Next. Time sign. A boon.
So we've got Titan problems real close to home.
And I know this definitely may not seem like an important part of this build, but that 1 damage reduction and regenerating my whole mana bar again whenever I take damage will save this run countless times over. I can't actually overstate how useful that is, and by the end of this run, I'm pretty sure I've upgraded that thing to where it gives 10 damage reduction from every instance of damage. It is ridiculous how much health that upgrade probably saves me in the long run.
Some coins. One down, one to go.
I'm sure at this point we can all work out what the general idea of this weapon and my build is. I hold down the attack button and dash when necessary. This is an incredible damage upgrade for that build. Not to mention that the ghosts will fly further, which can make them bounce off of more terrain and do their damage again when they bounce back into similar targets.
Fall down. I've heard many a hero claim the next
Yeah, Aphrodite. I come to you for one thing. Yes, that is it. More health. That's what I need. I need health. If we've learned anything from my previous runs, we need to absolutely tank up to be able to survive what's coming. If I'm going to cheese the game like this, I just need health.
Olympus, I accept this message. Be safe, Lord Charon.
Guess it's almost my bedtime. But first, a little bit of exercise.
Now, the reason you're not going to see a lot of streamers and other people do this is because the damage on each individual shot is actually pathetic, and normally you don't have the mana to really back it up. And here I don't really have the mana to back it up either. I have one trick where I can take a little bit of damage and get all of my mana back. Other than that, I'm stuck here hammering this guy. Just like this, on repeat. This is not by any stretch of the imagination exciting gameplay.
You gotta stay for seconds.
And you wouldn't know from how boring that gameplay was, but I just hit list Polyphemus with the explosive sheep. I took no damage. Did not get hit one time. It took me a really long time to bring him down, but I did it without getting hit, and that's been a big problem in the later areas of the update. So screw it, we're just going all in range cheese.
Done there.
At this point in the run, I am as desperate for mana as I am for health. It's almost like I can treat all of my mana as extra ammo in my magazine. The more ammo I have, the longer I can sit there and DPS down whatever I'm fighting. Eventually getting to the point when I can DPS down whole encounters without ever letting off the fire
For
button.
me. The ship's helm. A gift. You really are an op. Let's do it.
How incredibly difficult that decision was to make. I had to ask my brother for input, which is what took me so long to make it. It was either ignore projectiles flying at me briefly or get better damage around me whenever I kill enemies. So if I burst one enemy down, he does AoE.
Good. Special delivery. You dare. Now.
At this point, I'm re-rolling into so many nectars that I literally do not care. I'm just using them as a free power boost at this point, because when I have an upgrade at the Cauldron, whenever you pick up a nectar, you get a free random boon upgrade. So that's all they are to me at this point. Wow, look at that. The random upgrade upgraded my toughness. It now blocks 3 damage whenever I would take damage.
There. In shadow I serve.
I would like to bring to your attention, since I did not record this voice in live, that I am actively laughing so hard right now that I am trying not to piss myself with how hilarious it is that I keep getting offered to upgrade the tough game from Hephaestus. It's like the game knows I'm so desperate to avoid damage. It's like, here, pump all of your pomegranates into it and you'll be able to block 10 damage. I don't know if everyone's kind of seeing what's going on right now, but I am literally dashing into the whole enemy group, just holding down the fire button and screaming at the top of my lungs as I throw out enough firepower to make the American military blush.
Calm that shade down, Phrenos.
again. Hey, Melly.
Icarus is best boy, by the way. I will not be taking questions.
There's some catastrophic storm brewing at the top of Olympus. Can't get anywhere near it. What's happened?
That storm conceals the real threat. Kronos awakened the father of all monsters and set him loose. These forces...
You're saying that's bloody Typhon? Oh, God. Since I was young, I pray to all of you for safety and good fortune.
No, we're going to destroy that thing. I don't yet know all that requires, though prayer most likely...
Oh, then I'll pray just in case. Figure it couldn't hurt. Just please be careful, Melly. And before you go...
And this is one of the reasons Icarus is best boy. Some of his upgrades are absolutely ridiculous. The ones that give you armor are pretty good for the short term, but overall, the ones that give you like the every 7 encounters buff is absolutely disgusting.
The foremost ship. Olympus, I accept this message.
And here is another point in which I start absolutely pissing my pants because, oh, by the way, there's another random upgrade onto Tough Gain, by the way. But, like, I have permanently scaling magic, and now 40% of that magic goes into scaling my health. That is disgusting. Also, now getting magic upgrades are just as good as getting health upgrades. And all of these health upgrades are scaled by the Aphrodite bonus.
Look out below! Hang on, reloading! Come on, you stupid thing! Spread fire! Now it's my turn! All mine.
Right there is where Eris really kind of messed up because she dealt damage to me, which regenerates all of my magic. So congrats. My DPS machine gun flamethrower over here is back to maximum capacity. She just reloaded my magazine, basically.
No! You're making a mistake!
Well, Eris, I actually have to kind of disagree. The only mistake that you can ever make in a roguelike is trying to fight it fairly. If you are not every run doing your absolute best to cheese or break the game, you are going to fall off when you go to fight Typhon and his brood.
Which keepsake now? Very well.
Now, the reason I hesitated so much between Daedalus and Hermes is because Hermes is really great for getting dodge, which is something that will definitely help you survive longer. No guarantee I'd get it, though. Now with Daedalus, there's a specific upgrade that you can get for the torch to where it will take 1 off of the cost to use your empowered attack, which is amazing. That's a 1 out of 3 decrease in the amount that you need to shoot. That massively increases my ability to spam the empowered DPS attack. And there it is. Not only was I not punished, I was rewarded for my effort. So I have to choose between gearing up 20% faster or just shooting 50% faster once I got there with a cheaper cost. Here is usually why I would fall off in a typical run, because I see a meme, I choose a meme. This is ridiculous. I am spending whole power palms on upgrading losing 1 damage off of enemy attacks.
Excuse me.
I would like to bring up that this is a scripted event that sometimes happens on Mount Olympus, where an overwhelming force appears and Athena jumps in and one-shots everything. I had all the enemies dead before she even let her first spear touch the ground.
Being of that size will not have many weaknesses, although no creature likes to be jabbed in the eyes, and Typhon has a great many of them, for better or worse. And if we muster...
Now this is where I would like to tell you that this build gets absolutely ridiculous. This is a basic common Athena version of this boon, and it absolutely adds everything to our damage. It takes me, hold on, let's see, 45 shots in order to proc it, but I attack so fast that it actually doesn't matter. You are about to see how incredibly lethal this upgrade is in the next room.
How is Kronos controlling those?
And now here is like the cherry on top of the cake. Here is like the pièce de résistance, and it is absolutely incredible the amount of damage that gives. Because now most of the enemies that are worth half a damn from here on out have armor, and a lot of armor. Usually double their base health in armor. Like these guys right here, I am absolutely mowing through them.
Transform.
Don't even care about the moon power. Don't want it, don't need it, none of that. What I need is health and magic. That is all that I need or want. point out for the audience that I have 395 maximum magic and 495 maximum health.
Do it. All done. Lady Hestia.
I would like to point out that this is a way harder choice than it looks because that magic is actually also magic and health, and it's more health than you think because of the Aphrodite boon. So I actually had to sit here and think about it.
Guess who, sunshine?
Now, you're probably saying 5% chance extra to do double damage isn't really a lot, but I would like to remind you how many times I have to attack to end most encounters. No joke, in some of these fights without bosses or elites, I run out of magic, and I have 410.
Prometheus. Perhaps your so-called Master Kronos wants for you to fail. To suffer more than you already have. He seeks vengeance on the gods for overthrowing him before, when you were their ally.
I don't seek my master's forgiveness nor assume his loyalty. Alliances are born of shared goals, perhaps ideals. Whereas the gods and I are at cross purposes.
Because they...
I took nothing. Fire spreads, burns anything that stands in its path. The gods sought to imprison it, but I set it loose. Now at last, we each are free, and burning still.
I would like to point out for that fight that I had 7 damage reduction and free refreshing on my magic, and most of his damage is like a bunch of repetitive damage quick back to back, like the rapid jabs and the ticks of the burn. He still got me below half health while I was dodging most of his stuff. It is ridiculous. Not to mention whenever he dodges, it dodges that string of attacks for like a good 3 seconds. Now here is something that I didn't think about immediately. Your extended like basic attack with this is considered an Omega move. So that means that the Black Fleece is a free 20% damage at the base level as long as you've already taken the required damage amount, which I have.
I'll show myself in. Found me. That's that. Closer to the top. You're one of Typhon's bigger children, aren't you? Foul creature.
Alright, the meme is complete. I've got minus 10 damage on every single instance of damage that I can take, and they regenerate my entire mana bar every time. Well, not my entire mana bar. It's 150 out of 430 is kind of close enough. And at this point, you do kind of just take damage randomly from stuff.
Typhon. Better. Out of my sight. looks like a lamprey.
A cat achievable
Next floor.
only by gods.
Keep old Typhon waiting. Get him, Em.
Good. Flame of the hearth.
So basically, my whole thought process in this shop was, how do I stay at 80% health for as long as possible to abuse the extra 14% damage from Aphrodite? Because I need every scrap of damage I can possibly scrounge together.
My strikes are getting through, but you're being me. He's gone into the storm.
I have more lightning bolts to spare, Typhon.
Hello, Lord Uncle.
How about to soften him for you? We'll hold the palace. Keep him occupied.
He's growing angrier, more weakening. Avoid the spines. Damn it.
Oh my god! Oh, I did it! Ah! I did it! Oh god! Yes! Yes! Ah! I did it! Ah! Yeah! Oh god! Oh, it feels so good!
Fool, you monster. A void lens.
Thus, the ever-ready princess of the underworld gained the very heights of Mount Olympus to confront an unspeakable horror that awaits. It is no secret to which horror I refer. No secret now to its enormity, its boundless anger, or its many, many eyes. Such horrors cannot truly be destroyed, unless the princess can come up with something at a future time.
What? Return to Shadow now.
Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Have a lovely evening, and everybody stay safe out there. Peace.